Okay, Aisha, remember I told you I was going to teach you how to use cauliflower as a rice alternative and to make sushi. So first, we're going to grate the cauliflower. I've washed his head and I've cut it in half, and I've got my box grater. That's what this is. And it is surprisingly fast to do. Let's take a look at that. Looks like coconut, right? And I've done whole heads. It's a good upper body workout. The great thing about this is that box graters are pretty cheap to get. And anybody can use them. But some of us have technology on our side, and if you have a food processor, you want to use this kind of a thing. It's not going to give you as fine a grate as the box grater, but you want to use this side. And I've never done it before except now, so let's give it a go because I've already worked out for the day. 1 sec. Alright, the trick with using a food processor has to be able to fit into the food processor. And that's the big obstacle there. I gotta be honest, I think I do prefer the box grater method. But before I completely give up on it doing it this way, the much easier, faster, modern way, we'll do it and see what happens. I'll tell you why the box grater method is so nice. It's because there's a couple of techniques we're gonna do to get what we want when we cook. And I find that the shaved, shredded nature of it works best. Like if you're making pizza, this will make an excellent pizza texture. I'm gonna reserve that for maybe rice, and I'll get back to you when I've finished grated this other head. Okay, so I've grated that other half of the... So what am I going to do now? We have our clean tea towel. You're going to see why I did this. On one of these flexible things. And we're going to go to our microwave. Cup of tea. Well, let's do this. You can also do that with cheesecloth. In fact, it's better, to my mind, to just have some cheesecloth. But I don't have any cheesecloth on me. We're going to put that in there. Let's go... I find about 4 minutes works out well. At least to start. And we're going to nuke that for a bit. Be back. Cool. It's done. 4 minutes later. It's pretty hot. Now you're going to see why I did this in a tea towel. Too hot. Hot, hot, hot. So that's 4 minutes in a microwave, and then you want to get out as much rice as you possibly can. That's really critical. Much water. Rice? What? Okay, so we're done. We've gotten out a lot of moisture. So what do we have here? We've got our finely grated cauliflower. It's still pretty hot, so be careful. And, you know, let's suppose you've done all that work, but you're not really ready to make all that food like I am. The great thing, just store it in a plastic container. And I'll show you how to use this for the next meal. Now we're going to do the stuff I pulsed in the blender and see how that came out. It's not as finely shredded as the stuff I did by hand, but it'll work fine to create rice for sushi. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Let's get all that out. Alright, so let's just do this. Tea towel helps trap the heat and the moisture. Okay, so I have already taken out the stuff we pulsed. That's not too bad. Once again, I'm not ready to cook with this, so I'm going to put it away. And again, now this I think I'm going to use for sushi. And this immediately just has to go into the wash. If you look at it, when you break it up, it's a lot like a very fluffy rice. So I'm just going to have to sushify it a bit. Be right back. Now, sushi is seasoned a little bit with mirin, which is a Japanese rice wine, and rice vinegar. Now, I don't eat mirin or rice wine because they're salted, not even alcohol or anything else like that. But a little apple cider vinegar tends to work for me. The cauliflower is a little bit sweeter than most rice. And then this is a seasoning blend I have, a natural seasoning blend that is unsalted, has a little kelp in it, and it gives a pretty good flavor. I didn't make this as dry as the other batch because one, it's got bigger chunks, so it is much harder to get all the water out. And two, sushi rice, it's fluffy, but it's a little bit sticky. And if you want this to be sticky, you don't want it to be super, super dry. So, I love how hot this is. I'm probably going to nuke it before I make my dinner tonight. And I'll show you what it is I'm making when we come back.